I'm starting this again. So y'all let me know if you can hear me. Thank you so much for your patience. Hello, hello. Welcome to the show. Just checking to see. Hey, Eric, can you hear me this time? Oh, yay. Thank you so much. You guys, you know what? I almost thought to myself, well, this might be the universe's way of saying this reading is not going to happen. But I've been having some strange issues with my technology. So thank you so much. Lighting up our sage today. Hi, guys. Welcome, welcome. Today is Lionsgate. I don't know too much about the astrology of life, but I do know that I like to use these events, astrological events, to make decisions, okay? And the big decision for us today is, where are you now? Where do you want to be? What is a giant leap that you can take, a leap of faith to trust in the divine to guide you into whatever it is that's facing you, okay? Certainly true with me. One of my things, I'll just tell you straight up, I have to work to overcome worry in my life. Not so much worry for myself because I've kind of come to a place of acceptance, but worry for my loved ones. If I feel like my loved ones are in pain, it's hard for me not to want to jump in and do something, and I can't change them, and so I have a bad habit of worry. Can anybody relate? So today on this Lionsgate event, what is it that you look for in your own life that you could jump for? And that's why I picked the cat deck today, because the symbolism of taking a leap into the unknown, into this portal that's opened up. We have a full moon. It's so beautiful in the sky, and that we can take a leap from our current situation through this portal today, 8-8, and advance ourselves. And remember, any change that you are looking for always starts on the inside first. There has to be some kind of decision inwardly to trust your guidance so that you can move forward. So I will be, yes, it is a portal. You guys can Google the meaning of the Lion's Gate if you want to become smarter about that. But for me, it's just a day of taking a leap. What is it that you're wanting? So thank you. Hey, Eric, welcome. Welcome, Anushia. Welcome, Eric. And who else? I noticed Puja, good friend Puja, back to visit. Absolutely. So, so glad. Thank you for being patient. I had to restart my video this morning. That I only speak a teeny bit of Spanish, but nothing else. I'm sorry, lo siento. But okay, so let's start off. Eric, you were here first. Do you have something that that you would like to ask? And I would be happy to respond. If you just want to have a general reading for what the universe is calling you for today during this special situation, then I will just read for you. Anusha, hang on, let me get my list here. So Anusha is looking to go to the UK. Okay, and Eric, general. Okay, all right, so let's look for Eric first, and then we can touch base with Anusha, and then AA. You will come next, and okay, cool, cool. Okay, so all right, so let's take a breath. Eric, this one is for you. Eric, you've been such a loyal subscriber. Thank you so much. Where are you from? Remind me. But I appreciate y'all who come to our talks that we have about manifesting and just looking at what the universe has for you. Okay, Eric. All right, this is a great message. Now, one of the nice things about a reading for the collective like that is that we can all receive from every card. Imagine that the angels and our source and our divine helpers are asking all of us to release and let it go. What did I start this reading about? I was talking about worry. Maybe that was on the other one because now I started the second one. But this message is directly for your reader, Catherine, because I am seeing things in my life I cannot change. So, Eric, what we're wanting is what things in your life right now can you not change? Okay, you don't have to put that into the comments. This is just an inquiry. What can I not change right now? Okay, so let's take that in. This cat is laying completely vulnerable with their belly up. Animals that lay on their back are saying, "Look, I know something could happen, but I'm not caring right now. I want to release this because it's holding me back." So Eric, today with the Lionsgate energy, take out a piece of paper and do a little bit of an inquiry. What can I let go of? For example, let's say you're worried about your career. Maybe you're dissatisfied on the job. One of the things I know for sure is that gratitude helps. And so, even though I'm just using as an example, but even though your employment may not be perfect, because it may not, the thing is that there are things that you can be grateful for, and that's what you want to pay attention to, is what can you be grateful for. Another way, let's look if it's relationships. So if your relationship is iffy, maybe even with a family member, maybe you don't get along so well with your dad or a sister or a brother, what is it that you can be grateful for? Okay? It's a special day of letting go. And so, Eric, what can you let go of? What might make a difference for you? All right? Be sure to email me, all of you guys. My email address is patternbreakertarot@gmail.com. And also, there's a ton of free material at manifestfaster.com. I want to be able to provide for all of you all, but it's hard to do it in a call like this. So there are free resources at manifestfaster.com. Eric, take a peek and enjoy the releasing of something that's bothering you today. Now, you might say, how can I do that? All you need to do is just to repeat to yourself, even though I don't know how, I'm releasing this thing right now, and it will help you, okay? All right, excellent. Thank you very much, AA. Everybody, let's push that heart button in the corner to thank our beautiful AA for being my moderator today and keeping us on target. Okay, I'm stepping into Anusha. If you'd like a reading, absolutely, I am here for you. Just pop in and let us know, and I'm happy to do a reading for you. AA is going to help me stay on target. Thank you, AA. Okay, so let's go to Anusha. Anusha wants to move. Now, moving would be taking a leap, right? Leaving one world and leaping forward without knowing what is coming forward from you. Okay, so here the card is reversed. So what that means, Anusha, is that this is a really important. Oh, you're asking if you passed your math exams? Okay, I'm sorry. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so we're taking a look at the math exam. Okay, let's see. So this is important. Whatever this message is, pay particular attention. Oh my goodness, I love this. So what I'm seeing, Anusha, is there's a part of you that's intimidated or nervous or afraid right now, okay? And it looks like there's this, this is a puddle and it's got a lot of activity in it. So Anusha, what we're seeing here is that there's a lot of fear that is around this math exam. Okay, so what we know is that fear is the lack of trust. Okay, when you're fearful, it means that you are not trusting. And so, for what we're wondering here for you is, when is it worth the risk? For you, Anusha, I would say that the divine wants you to have more confidence in yourself. Whatever the result of this test, it's not going to hurt you or affect you like if somebody slapped you on the arm, right? Your inner world around math has got a lot of fear on it. What I like to do is something that I call the scribble technique. And Anusha, I use it for myself, especially if something's really troubling me and I can't figure out how to stop worrying. When we do a test, we do the best we can, and then we need to leave it in the hands of the divine. So when you're worried about your math, grab a piece of paper and a pen, hold in your mind the worry about the math exam, and just start scribbling. And scribble hard and soft, and think to yourself any thoughts that you have. Of course, my pen starts running out of ink. Not a good thing. You might have to use your imaginations with me. In fact, I'm just going to grab another pen. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. I really love the scribbling technique because it is, honestly, it's just such a great tool to use. So as I get this and I allow myself to scribble and scribble and scribble as I'm holding the worry, I can't explain how it works, but the worry goes down my arm into the marker, and then it gets out on the paper. Okay? So, what I'm going to do is to encourage you to scribble away your worry. Leave your math score in the hands of the divine. All you can do is your best. Okay? All right, so moving forward, sandwich dinner. When you're having a personal issue, it's hard to be in the collective reading. But let's say with your personal issue, you're feeling fearful or you're feeling worried. That's something you can say. I would like to have a card for my worry. I'd like to have a card for my fear. That will help you. Now, remember, I do private videos for people. I do private videos. It's my pleasure to do that. I also do email readings where you can ask me your question and I can answer by email. All of that information is over on my website, okay? All right, so let's see here. Where am I? Sorry, you guys. I have so many people here today. Welcome. I'm Catherine. You have found Pattern Breaker Tarot, where we are all about breaking the patterns that are holding us back from our highest good. We are using the energy of our beautiful Lion's Gate today to see what can we change about our life right now. How do we leap into the newness of it? Okay, so AA. I know that AA is intending to find a job. So let's take a look and see what leap you can take today, Anusha. The courage, beautiful. What a great card. So right now, for those of you who are just like AA and the idea of needing to change your work situation. Sometimes you're doing something that doesn't pay. Perhaps you've been somebody who has always been helpful to your parents and you're trying to reach to their needs, and it takes courage to put your life on hold. But when you're looking for some work, AA, what I would love for you to do is to get out a piece of paper and write down all of the things that you have done in your life that have given you money. It could be back when you were a little kid. Maybe, maybe you you took care of other people's children. You were a babysitter, and then you were paid for that. But if you do an inspection of the things that you've done and what you love to do, that is a good way to leapfrog into some service that you could provide right now to help people. It is difficult to make a move in your career, but you need to know that your spirit guides, your angels, they know exactly what it is that will bring that income. There are courses you can take right now. There's so much work available in the technology industry supporting other businesses. There's businesses right in your town that need to have a social media presence. They don't know how to be on Facebook, for example. What is the social media that you enjoy? You might find work helping other people have good reactions on their social media. I know a girl, just like I'm saying, she was chatting with her manicurist who is doing her nails, and she said, you know what, I just don't know how to set and use Facebook for my business. And this girl said, I can help you. So she traded, she got her nails done for helping her clinician with her Facebook page. Well, what do you know? Several people heard that she was doing that, and that's what changed. She picked up her career doing something that she loved. Remember, what the clues for how we can make money are right in our skill set. So if you feel lack of skill, have the courage to get some training. There are some, in fact, contact me, AA, with an email, and I can give you some resources where there's free education to help you become employed in the tech industry. And you might say, well, I have no interest in that. Well, do you have an interest in money? Sometimes we need to learn a skill before we can get the money that we're desiring. In my business, I've done writing for people. I have done cat sitting, dog sitting, various different side hustles to keep me going. Also, let's just take a notice that this card is the cover card for this deck. So AA, as you watch this reading, may this particular design just bring peace to you, because your future is in the divine's hands. Be sure to write to me and I can give you some resources, okay? All right, and who do we have next after AA? Can you let me know? Anushia, that is so smart. Absolutely. Thank you, Anushia, for letting us know, because there, even though it may not be the most fun thing for you to do, the reality is that when you can find a skill that's needed, you will find work for you, okay? Another thing I can say for my friends who are not living in the U.S., working on your English is the smartest thing you can do, because there is work in translating. There's work for people in the legal system and the medical system, desperately needed, that if you're fluent in English, the doors will swing open for you, okay? Okay, Adhika, I'm just going to say the first part of your name. Adhika, did you have a question? Good morning, Roda. Oh, bless your heart. Thank you for being here. Look at that. I can't even get my fingers in there. Okay, so Adhika. Oh, there's Mr. Murphy. Okay, hold on. Murphy. Shh, shh. Everybody say hi to Murphy. And then we have Shirada. Silver Star, welcome. I am so glad to see y'all today. Okay. And so where we're going to go to. Okay, excellent, Elena. All right. Okay, and okay, so here's our order. We're going to do with Adhika, and then I'm going to do Shirada, Divine Timing, and Silver Star. Hi, Dipty, welcome. Okay, 8 blessings. Thank you all for hanging out. I love tarot parties. Love to meet you all. Put into the comments where you're coming from. It's amazing to me that I have people from all over the world here. Good grief, not bad for a grandma from Indiana. Oops, oh, this card just fell out for you, Adhika. Okay, let's see what it is. Aloof. Okay, Adhika, this is a good message for you and for all of us. We need to make sure that we are not putting our joy into someone else. Okay, if you have a family member and you, when they say something, when they're rude to you, and they stick out their tongue and they're rude, and it hurts your feelings, okay? It hurts your feelings. You're like, they shouldn't do that. Or let's say the boss at work is mean to you or says mean things, and you can carry the pain of that. You can say, this hurts. I don't like this. But the truth is, the only thing we can do is learn to let it roll off our back. You don't need to be attached to a person who is not kind to you, okay? You don't need to be attached to that. You have people who love you. Even when you come to the reading and you feel the love of our community here, it's just proof to you that you don't need that person to be kind to you for you to be okay. It's so important in your walk right now, Anika, that you watch yourself. If somebody bugs you, somebody is annoying, make a choice. I see they are annoying, but I am not going to let it bother me. In this energy today, with this Lion's Gate, Source is bringing to you an opportunity to turn away. Look at how this little kitten turns away. She's not looking here, but you can still see the sadness in these eyes. Even though I don't know how, I'm going to let go of this person right now. Find something to be grateful for in your current situation, and you will begin to feel separate and unattached from somebody who is hurting your feelings. This is a great piece of advice for everyone today, my friend. Thank you for being here and bringing it. Next, we have Shirada. Now, remember, these are only one card readings, and there's only so much time for y'all. But if you're really wanting to have a deep dive, you can easily find that over on my website, manifestfaster.com, and it tells you all about how you can get a private video just for you. I would love to do that. So, Shirada, let's take a peek. What does the universe have for you today in this juicy Lion's Gate? And we have persistence. Okay, so Shirada, it seems that you're in a place where the divine is telling you to be patient, okay? You are so welcome, Adhika. You are so welcome. Because patience is not an easy task, is it? Patience is not easy because what we're wanting, we want it right now. But the thing is, though, that can serve to hold you back from what it is that God has for you, okay? Because as this cat is looking at this birdhouse, and the birdhouse to me looks empty, there's nothing there. And she thinks there's a treat, she thinks there's something there. So, what's happening right now for you, Shirada? What is it in your life that is causing you to feel like you're lost or finding that you just can't find your way? Persistence is what you're needing. And if you don't see the answer, you need to look around yourself. Look at in the background all of that land that this cat can explore. Look at all that's behind them. And they are stuck looking at something that's not working. So don't give up, Shirada. Don't give up. What you're seeking is seeking you. Take your eye off of this dead thing, whatever this is that's not working. Turn around and keep walking and exploring. The universe loves you and wants to support you. Hey, Kane, welcome. Hi, Dheeraj. Welcome, you guys. Gosh, I have so many people today. I'm so delighted to meet you all. You're all so sweet to come and visit the party. Okay, I'm going to do my best to do readings for everyone that's here. I don't know if I'll be able to, but I will give it my level best. Sandwich dinner. Thank you for contributing. And Sandwich, if you do want a card, I'm happy to draw one. But if you want to email me and tell me your personal issue, I will email you back. Okay? Because I know it's tender. Okay. So next we're going to divine timing. Divine timing. My friend Rhoda, when you were here that last time, I think it was 2 times ago, And I created affirmation around you because I said, even though I don't know how, I am in divine timing right now. And that has been really fun for me to just keep saying that over and over again, that I am in divine timing. Because if I get upset or worried, it's because I'm in human timing. And then I get so frustrated, right? So, divine timing, I know that you are a person with purpose and you care so deeply for the people in your life. But I notice on this card, it's a single figure, that this cat is taking that leap of faith into the portal. So let's see, what is your message today, divine timing? Okay, envy, very interesting. So the first thing I want to ask you, Rhoda, is do you feel that there are people envious of you? Who might be envying you? This is something that's fascinating because many times when you are a person who gives and gives and gives, okay, everybody else's needs are more important than yours, and you can feel like you don't have enough, that something is missing, your life is not complete. And then I ask people, well, who could be envying you? And they say, well, nobody. Why would anybody envy me? But I want to tell you, Rhoda, this is a really big secret for you because right now there's a chance for you to see yourself as enviable. Okay? What does it mean to see yourself as enviable? What that means is that it causes you to look at what you already have going for you. What is really strong in your life right now? Even though you have problems, the fact is there's some things that are solid. It could be the fact that you have a bed to sleep in. I don't mean to make light of that, but when you have a bed to sleep in, you have something that other people do not have. Okay? There are people around us in our countries who've just had a severe weather event and there was a flood. There could be many different things that are interfering with their life so that your most common, hey Rhoda, that your most common thing, the thing that doesn't seem like a blessing to you, for example, if you have a car, and when you go out there and push the button or turn the key, the car turns on. There are people looking at you and being jealous that you have a car. All right. So, what we're going to want for you in this Lionsgate is to write a list of things people could be jealous of in your life. Got it? Try it out. It can really set you free to see that even though your life may be compromised and it may not be exactly what you're wanting, the fact that somebody else could envy you can lift your vibration. Again, if you have a question about this or you want to tell me what's going on, just email me, patternbreakertarot@gmail.com, and I will give you a little bit of added guidance. Okay, my friend? Also, do take a look at my website, manifestfaster.com. It's filled with information, lots of free resources over there, and I would love for you to take the quiz. There's a quiz you can take, and just all you have to do is tap the little button that says take the quiz. All of that at no charge. And if you would like to have a reading, I'm here for you. And the easiest way is through an email reading where I could actually create an email for you with your reading. Oh, exactly, Rhoda. I hear you. It's not negative energy to recognize how someone might be jealous of you, because a lot of times, if negative energy is coming toward you, it's out of envy, and so if you can determine, oh yeah, that problem, excuse me, that person is probably jealous of me. There's some magical, I can't explain it, but it lifts your spirits then to realize, you know what, I can't do anything about that. I'm blessed. Give me a message if you'd like some more information on that, okay, my friend? And Silver Star, you are next. Lion's Gate. I'm not an astrologer, but I do use the astral events to keep an eye on my on my own life, and what is it, what the steps that I can take to enhance my life by trusting the divine. Okay, the Lion's Gate is a juicy portal where we can take a leap and trust the divine like we never have before. Okay, so for our friend Silver Star. Silver Star, hi Shabana. The first thing I want to point out is all the stars that I put into our reading today. And the, oh, Murphy, quiet boy. I might have to close my door. The lawnmower is going by and he wants to bark at it. But anyway, stars are all about healing. So, what seeing here is that you may be having trouble, Shabana, speaking your own truth, that you're used to zipping your lips and not wanting to offend anybody, not want to hurt anybody's feelings. And so, what's happening is there is a hesitation to speak your truth. These spirit guides here are saying, let it out. Let it out. Find a way to tell the person that you're worried about, to tell them what your true feelings are. This is a leap of faith, but the energy is so potent today to manifest real change. But Sabana, there's somebody in your life who needs to hear your truth. And you know, I know it's not only you. Many of us struggle to say what's on our mind because we don't want to hurt someone's feelings. But you know what? You end up hurting your own feelings. You cause yourself to have so much pain in your life when you don't speak your truth. So take a deep breath. You can always say something like this, and you say to your person, I know you love me, but when you said that, it hurt my feelings. Or you could say, you're usually so fair to everyone, but when you did that thing, it hurt my feelings. So you give them a compliment about something that you know is true for them, and then just say your truth. And they might get mad, but it won't be any worse than what you're going through right now, okay? Excellent. And let's just all join in that opportunity with the Lionsgate. Let's go through that invitation to be honest with somebody today. Okay, who can jump aboard? Thank you for hitting those hearts. How many of you can take that challenge and speak the truth with someone you love today? Hit the thumbs up as an affirmation for the divine to support you. Don't bite your tongue. Speak your truth. Got it? Good. Thank you. Let me sip my tea. So many people here with the curiosity about the Lion's Gate. I have a favor. Can somebody take a look, just do a Google search and search for why is the Lion's Gate so important, and see if you can add something, copy and paste and put it into the stream so we can all learn a little bit. Why is the Lion's Gate so important for us? Okay, moving along. Sophia, I have Sophia, Dipty, Naga, Sabrejo, and that girl. That girl, that girl, is that, I mean, I'm dating myself. I'm a grandmother now, but there used to be a TV show a million years ago called That Girl. Okay, let me grab our card, and this card is reversed. So, Sophia, this just means that this is an important card. Okay, Sandwich, I've got you covered. Sandwich, I'm going to do your card next because I know you've been here for a while. And worried for a friend. Worried for a friend. Oh my goodness. I completely resonate. Okay, good deal. Okay, oopsie. Oh, my pen just fell. Hold on. Okay, beautiful. Okay, this one is for Sophia. So, what I know with my own work here is that, oh gosh, is that if the card is reversed, it means for more than one person. So, there's people watching me right now. This is your card also. Family. Okay, flowing in the infinity of the 8888. Very cool, Monica. I love that because the 8 is that infinity sign. Wow. So that really shows me too that infinity is the divine, right? And I feel like if anything, that's the call on our life to depend totally on the wisdom of the divine in guiding us forward. So for you, Sophia, family is important right now. And I feel that what's happening is there's been a little bit of disruption in your family. Maybe somebody has a boyfriend or a girlfriend that nobody else likes, because I look at this dog. This dog does not belong in the family, right? Sometimes if maybe it's you, Sophia, that you have fallen in love with somebody that's not in your culture. Anybody here who's watching, that it's not in your culture, and so your family is upset and they may be mean, they may not accept somebody. It just feels like there's been someone entering the family who is not the same, not the same, not bad, just not the same. So for you, Sophia, I feel like this could be somebody at work, but there's a person in your life who wants to feel like they fit. And right now they're feeling left out. So be sure to look around your communities. And if there's a person who seems to be at the edge and they're not included, what we're wanting to do is to include them. Be kind and compassionate. And that's a good call for all of us when there's people in our life that don't match our our vibe, that we allow them because they're a fellow human, that's the family of humanity. Even though they're not in their culture, you can include them with love and compassion. Okay, so take a look around your life, Sophia. Who is it that's there that wants to belong and they're struggling? You can be an advocate for them. Righty? Okay, moving on to Sandwich. Sandwich, I hear you. It's very difficult when somebody you love is in a difficult situation. Right now, I'm looking at the top of my screen. I have 23 people here with 23 thumbs up. So, Sandwich, would you do a favor and look up the spiritual meaning of the number 23? Because I feel like there's added guidance for you with the number 23. If somebody wants to pop that into the comments for us, they can do a Google search. What's the angel meaning of the number 23? It might be a blessing for all of us. Okay, going forward, we have Sandwich, okay? So take a breath, Sandwich, hold on. Okay, Sandwich, what's happening when I look first, I see that this singular cat is taking a leap to the moon. So taking a leap into a portal. There's not any other figures. This is a single figure. So what the painful part of this is that you are alone in your worry for your friend. And as they are in a relationship, wow, this is good. We are always in relationship with ourself first, okay? As we are in our relationship with ourself, we always have the opportunity to look for our sense of self by looking into our own being. Okay, so angel number, Monica, bless you, thank you so much. Angel number 23 symbolizes communication, adaptability, and freedom. Okay, so as you're carrying the worry for your friend, you are in a place where too much, hang on, how can I say this? Okay, sometimes our friends do things that are not in our highest good. Like we look at their choices and we think, no, but you don't know the whole story and you don't know what your friend's life path is. I have been in some very difficult relationships where there has been mistreatment and I was treated cruelly by some people in my past. I couldn't see it because I was in it. But I came to a place where I thought, no more. I need a leap to something new. But you can't do that for your friend. I'm so sorry that we can't. Wouldn't it be nice if we could go rescue our friend? But unfortunately, we can't. So, what we're seeing here is that as you get in touch with the divine inside of you and begin to pray and intercede for your friend, you will be guided in what to do. If you approach your friend and they don't see what you're seeing, you say, maybe they know if they're in danger, you can offer them to stay on your couch if they need to leave. But if for whatever reason they are enamored with that person, you will not help them by being worried. For example, there is an old story about a man who fell down a well. Another man came by and heard hollering for help and looked down into the well. The man who's outside the well does not jump into the well to join the person. They give them a tool to climb out. So climbing into the well of your friend's pain is not the answer. What the answer is to stand separate and allow the divine to guide you. Okay? Sometimes you could even speak to a counselor, you could speak to a pastor or someone who could give you advice on how to protect your friend. But the main thing is to come back to center. Take that leap of faith to trust the divine to help your friend and try to find that wholeness within your own being to be at peace. All right. This is such a difficult situation. And of course, with only one card, I can only take a baby step in comforting you. But I do hope that you can find the support that you're needing to help your friend. Okay. Okay. So moving on here, and we have. Yes, sandwich. Sometimes when you just are even saying clearly, this is not good for you. Can you see how much you're hurting? But if your friend does not want to hear it, then that's a sign to you. You're not supposed to be her source or their source. You are another human just like that person. But remember, they need some help for themselves. So you can encourage them to get help. Absolutely. Hey, Mystic Christina, welcome. Hi, Alice, welcome. Yes, I'm working my way through. Hi, Critica, welcome. So many old friends coming back, and thank you for joining me on this Lion's Gate, this time of celebration that we have to take a giant leap. Okay, Christina, I'm going to do a reading for you because I know that your time is very precious, and I appreciate that you're here. So let me just draw. I will be going forward with Dipty Naga soon. That girl, we will get to you, but I do want to honor Christina, who's an old friend of the channel. And besides, I'm the teacher, so I get to pick. So thank you for being patient with me. Christina, whenever a card comes out in reverse like this, what happens for me is I feel like it is a special message for you, but it's also my signal that there are other people here right now who need to hear this message. So Christina, thank you for being here today. Let's see what we have. Oh, very nice. First thing I have to say is about moving that body. Okay, one of the things Christina and I are both highly interested in is the mind-body connection with pain. You guys, 3 weeks ago tomorrow, I had a pain in my back, and it was like a knife was right back, a knife in my back, right under my right shoulder blade. It completely knocked me out. I couldn't get comfortable. I had really very severe pain. I went to a chiropractor 2 weeks ago, and they adjusted me, and it didn't feel any better. And so he said, you have to read this book. The book was called Healing Your Back by John Sarno. And do you know, within 1 week of reading that book, my pain was over 75% gone. And this chiropractor was the one who gave me the book. Today I'm sitting here, I'm 98% pain free, and it was strictly from learning how my brain was creating pain for me in my back. What happened is that if we don't express our feelings, if we don't express what hurts us, our body will give us pain. I can't explain it. I'm not a doctor. And even doctors can't explain it. But Christina and I are embracing this idea. Christina lost her beloved kitty just a few days ago, and it was very painful. That loss is painful. And so it's so important that we continue to let the feelings be as they are. One teacher that I love, his name is Henry Schuckman. I love him so much. He teaches meditation. And he said, when you notice yourself being sad, just say, oh, hi, sadness. There you are. I see you. You don't have to dwell in sadness. When you just acknowledge, I'm feeling sad, often that's enough, all right? But for you, Christina, stretch your limits. Are you doing yoga? I would highly recommend adding some stretching to your life. I think that you may already have had some of that inclination. I don't remember if you are someone who enjoys yoga, but the idea of moving and stretching your body gently is going to be part of your healing process, okay? Flexibility, stretch your limits. When I'm seeing that for you, Christina, it's testing your limits to process that grief and sadness. When we're at the end of the rope, we should let go, right? So trust your caregivers, trust the groups that you're in, stretch your limits. Don't avoid contact with humans, even though sometimes we want to hide away. But the fact is that this passing that has happened as your captain has left the ship and is floating in a painless, beautiful existence, she would not want you to shut yourself off, okay? She would want you to stretch your limits. So, Christina Rose, I'm glad you're here today, and we picked the cat deck. Mainly, the reason I pushed the deck to the top of the line, is because this is such a leap to use that energy of the Lion's Gate. Okay, there is I think I sent you, didn't I? I think I sent you this morning. There's a set of affirmations that a woman created for the Lion's Gate, and it's just so beautiful. I will put it into the community for the rest of you also. You are welcome. Everybody, could you please send love? Let's tap. I don't have the little, sorry, I don't have the red button down here that does the hearts. So if everybody could just throw up some hearts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel so magical when I press the invisible money button and the hearts show up. But Christina, you are on our hearts today. We just are holding you up, my dear friend. Okay, back over to our line, Dipty. This reading is for Dipty. Hi, Dipty. Welcome. I'm so glad that you're here today. And let's take, yes, finding courage again. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so for Dipty, what do we have here? Christina, hang out over here because I think this card has your energy in it for sure. Many times, Dipty, we do connect with animals more easily than we connect with people. I know that's true for me. When I got up this morning, Murphy came up and he curled right up next to he was on my left shoulder, and he put his head right on my shoulder, and so his face was right against my face. And I received that love from an animal. Animals don't get snarky with you. They don't slam the door. They're not passive aggressive. They don't say things that are cruel. Animals are so important for us. But Dipty, we can't close out humans, okay? We must put ourselves out there and connect with humans. Now, ironically, sometimes it's easier to be kind to a stranger than it is to call a friend of yours. For example, if you go to the market and the clerk who's checking out your groceries and you look at them and you make eye contact with them and you ask, how's your day? A lot of times I'll say, what time did you start your shift? And they say their time, and I'm like, oh gosh, you're doing such a great job. Whenever I go to Walmart, which is nearby and has so many convenient supplies, and if I go to customer service, I always say to the guys behind the counter, you guys are awesome. You make it so easy to do business here. Because you know what? They never hear that. They hear complaints day in, day out about people who weren't happy with their merchandise. So take time to establish yourself as a friend. You could be a friend to a stranger today. You could be a friend to someone that maybe they just lost their pet and you don't even know it. And you just take a moment and you meet their eyes, you make eye contact, and you say, you know what, I appreciate you today. You might be the, excuse me, my voice, you might be the only human who is kind to them. Isn't that something? So if your friendships are mostly with animals, I get it. I love animals too. But what we're needing is to create human connection. Dipty, create human connection. There are humans who will love and honor you. You can find them, I promise. Okay, there's a lot going on. Excuse me. Just let me take a sip of my tea. I'm moving through the list as quickly as I can. Yes, I don't know why sometimes it's easier to be kinder to strangers, but it is. And so, if that's true, I look at it like social currency because if I spend time being kind with another human, it counts. It fulfills me as a human. Even if my son is busy and he's doing things and he doesn't have time to hang out with me, or I have a friend who never answers if I text them, those things can be frustrating. But there's a human in your life today that you can bond with, even if it's just for a few moments. Okay? All right, so that girl, I'm going to jump to that girl. That girl, I know you've been waiting a long time, so let me just grab a card for you. Two cards want to come out, that girl. I'm going to take this one. That girl, let's see what we have for you. Okay, so there is a card. Look at this. Isn't this great? I love this. There is a card in the tarot deck that is the Four of Swords. And I'm getting all kinds of Four of Swords energy on this particular card. So that girl, the Four of Swords is a card of taking a rest. Okay, Supria. Okay, Supria, I'm going to do you next. So there is an energy that is in that card that says, wait a minute, rest. You have served so many people. You take care of other people first. You don't like to see anybody in pain. It reminds me of our beautiful sandwich from before. You don't want to have anyone experience any pain. And so, therefore, you take care of everybody else first. And the reality is, there is a call today on this juicy portal of the Lion's Gate to stop, to just stop. Take 5 minutes and do something that you want to do. Treat yourself, indulge yourself. It could be taking a bath, it could be just going for a walk, leaving your phone off, and just closing yourself into nature without your device on. It could be laying down. People that are over busy caring for others are often the most in need of pampering, but other people are not used to that because you're the one that's always in charge of everything. So they don't even know how to pamper you. that is because you're not doing enough self-care. Even Christina, this energy can help with your situation too, because it's so easy to try to help others when we are mostly in need ourselves. So how can you get pampered? You could, if you have the cash flow. Oh, you're welcome, that girl. You could, if you don't have the cash flow, to have a, if you don't have the cash flow, hang on, I'm just going to write this down. Supria, happy 24. Happy, I like your name, Happy. Alice. And we have two Christinas. We have a lot of Christinas here. I'm sorry, you guys, I'm distracted trying to. Okay, so back over to you, my darling, that girl. Okay, so what we're going to do here, and I'm excited for you, is to make a commitment to pamper yourself. Find a way to pamper, okay? Oh, Critica, not Christina. I'm sorry. That's right, Critica. Thank you for coming back, Critica. So find a way to pamper yourself, all right? It's so important that we do that. Okay, so just an introduction for those of you who are here. I know a lot of people pop in and out. I so appreciate it. But what we need to do is to acknowledge that this time that we're working with right now, this Lionsgate is an opportunity to look at yourself and see, what can I let in? What can I leap toward that's really going to make a difference in my life? Okay, so now we have Supria. Let me draw a card from the middle of the deck. Okay. Okay. Hi, Bargavi. Supria. Yes, you're here. Hi, Bargavi. Welcome, my friend. Okay, Supria. I'm going to do Bargavi right after Supria because last time I had to quit right when you were here, wasn't I? Oh, don't worry. I know y'all are trying hard to be patient. Believe me, I appreciate you all so much. Supria, I'm going to put Bargavi next, and then Happy, and then Alice, and then Critica. Beautiful Critica. You're welcome, Bargavi. Okay, so Priya, look at this Cheshire Cat. There's a story called Alice in Wonderland. Are you guys familiar? Alice in Wonderland. And Alice, it's a wonderful story, even for, and maybe even especially for adults. But Alice goes on a grand adventure and she meets all sorts of mysterious characters. And one of them is the Cheshire Cat. And that reminds me, so if you're not familiar with Alice in Wonderland, Supria, I would look into that story. Okay, there's some storytellers online that tell that tell many beautiful stories, and you can listen to them. So, Alice in Wonderland. Somebody on this call right now, you will profit from listening to that story. But for you, Supria, the universe is saying, lighten up. Okay, lighten up. Yeah, it's a good story, Supria. It's really good, and you may be able to find it in your native language, which would be really fun to listen to. It was written probably over 100 years ago, wouldn't you say? I think close to 100 years ago, I bet it was written. But it is just such a wonderful adventure story. But for you, you need to have some fun, Supria. It's showing that you've had some things have been troubling you, and some things that are worrying you. And I mean, what's hitting me is you might have somebody you know that's incarcerated. Could that be true? Or is there somebody here listening that they have a family member that's incarcerated? But there's some weight. There's some weight on your situation where you could profit by lightening up, finding more humor in your situation, because humor can, oh yeah, it's a movie. Oh, thank you. Duh. Yes, absolutely. So, but anyway, Supria, there's something that's telling me that you get, sometimes if somebody jokes to you, it can feel like an insult, or it can feel like they're saying something mean to you. In reality, they're just kidding. But you may need to speak up and say, hey, that's enough. That's a little too harsh. I don't appreciate that, and speak up for yourself. But what we're wanting is to have lightheartedness and joking. There's something that is a favorite technique of mine, and that is to watch bloopers. There are a lot of YouTube channels that show bloopers where people make mistakes when they're making a movie, for example, and they say the wrong words, and it makes me laugh. Another one that I love are dog videos where they do taste tests with dogs. So they put things on a plate, and the dog gets to decide if it wants to eat it. So if you put a piece of meat on the plate, the dog eats it up. But if they put broccoli on the plate, the dog has a great reaction. These are just some of my personal tricks that I use to make myself laugh, because sometimes what people think is funny is not funny, and it can hurt my feelings. So I need to turn it around and find some humor in it. Okay, so take a leap, find something funny about the things that are bugging you. Okay, and next we have Happy and Alice and Critica. Happy and Alice and Critica. Oh, wait, I was going to do Bargavi. Okay. Bargavi, thank you. I know you were here last time right at the end of the reading, and I didn't have time to read for you, so this card is for you. In this Lion's Gate, what is it? What change can you make to take advantage? You are welcome, Supria. What is it that the divine has for you? Okay, Bargavi, it looks like you have been happy. You're coming next, my friend. So, Hunter, do you know a person named Hunter, Bargavi? It seems like that Hunter is a name, and if you don't, you may need to keep your eye open. I have a sense that there's a person's going to be coming to your life soon whose name is Hunter. But besides that, though, stay with the process. It can be difficult to keep your nose to the grindstone, where that means to stay focused on what it is that you need to do right now. Are you a student? Perhaps you're a student, or perhaps you're getting training at some sort of skill, and you're just feeling, ugh, do I have to keep doing this? I have no energy for this. Look at this cat. The cat's like, oh, brother, right? But the truth is that you are close to completion. So whatever you're doing, Bargavi, whatever it is where you feel like, I wish I were finished, why is this going on and on and on? This is what the universe wants for you, to accept the fact that things are moving slowly, that even though you want to be finished, the truth is you can't escape this situation. You need to see it through to completion. Trust the process. And Bargavi, if you want, you're sure welcome to shoot me an email. Tell me a little bit about what's going on, and I'm happy to give you some resources that can help you, because the Lion's Gate is a juicy time for manifesting. So don't give up. Stick with what you're doing. Whatever it is you're working toward, stick with it. You will be guided. Okay? Next, we have, excuse me, Happy. Hi, Happy. I love anybody whose name is Happy. Let me just take a sip of tea. You are welcome, Bargavi. Whenever my voice sounds, can you hear a scratchy voice? When my throat gets scratchy, it's always my sign that there's somebody here that's having a hard time speaking their truth. Okay? So if you're having a hard time speaking your truth, this card probably is for you too. And maybe that's true for you, Happy, that it's hard for you to take that leap and tell what is true, but it's so important. Let's take a peek. What do we have for Happy? Again, when the card comes up reversed, it means two things. Number one, this is an important message for you today, Happy, so pay attention. And the second message is, this is for someone that's watching right now. Somebody just clicked on this reading right this minute. Yes, you know who you are, and this reading is for you. There was no accident that you tuned in right now. Okay, so we have innocence, happy. There's a situation going on right now where somebody has hurt your feelings. Somebody has said something, they have hurt your feelings. And it's such a normal situation. How many people have hurt feelings? Every human. There is not a human walking around the planet who hasn't been offended by what someone else says. But the truth is, most of the time that we are hurt by what somebody else and he thought to themselves, I'm going to hurt Haplings. And this is simply not true. Most people are making what I call innocent mistakes. They're just errors of judgment, poor social skills. They don't know how to connect. Sometimes people are just sarcastic and they are always teasing and they're never serious. And what the universe is asking for you today, Happy, is to cut them some slack. See the innocence behind that rough personality. See the innocence. See them as a child. One time, it was after my father had passed away, and he was a very difficult person, and he hurt me, and he hurt my brothers. He was a very unhappy person. He's been gone 14 years now, and so when I was thinking about him, I felt like I know this might sound flaky, you guys, but it was just my story. But I felt like his spirit came to me when he passed. And he said something to me. He said, in this dream that I was having, he said, what is the age you need to think of me where you feel safe? And I was shocked. I kind of knew it was my father's energy because the question was so riveting. What age do you think of me as to feel safe? And I had a picture of him when he was about 12 years old. And when I looked at that picture of him as a 12-year-old, I could see it. I could see innocence, and I could see him as a child. So for you, Happy, that's what we're looking for. That whatever person is hurting you right now, take a leap, see them as a child, and then just allow yourself patience with them and compassion. Okay? Seeing the people in our life when they are children can sometimes help us cross a bridge and see that innocence. Okay? All right, moving forward, we have Alice and then Critica. So, Alice, this card is for you. And again, it's a reversal. So that means, Alice, pay particular attention. Well, Happy, it may seem like they're pretending to be innocent, but when they are a child, they imagine them as a baby, completely innocent. And again, this is just a single card reading, so the story is short. It's like a tweet or an X on X, right? It's just a one sentence message. And sometimes you need to have more cards. I am very happy to read cards for people privately and create a video just for you. And so if that interests you, please do check out my website, manifestfaster.com. It'll tell you all the details. Okay, so this one is for Alice and then Critica. So Alice, let's take a peek here. What's going on? Okay. So Alice, it seems like there is a person who is being stubborn. Okay? There's a person in your life that they get on your nerves because they're just so darn stubborn. And no matter what you see, whatever you're feeling, about this person. Both of you have your jaws locked shut. It's like there's not any speaking going on, there's not any communication going on because both of you think that you're right. There's an old quote that says, would you rather be right or happy? Would you rather be right or would you rather be happy? And many times we give up our happiness because we are sure that we're right. And vanity is one of the human flaws. We can easily fall into vanity when we think our point of view is more important than anyone else's. And the fact is, opinions are just an opinion. Gravity is a fact. If I pick up this star crystal and I drop it, it's going to drop because vanity is a fact. It will, gravity is a fact. But if I have an opinion that this, excuse me, that this star crystal, if I have an opinion that it's gray, let's say I see it and I see it's gray, and another person sees it as blue, we both have an opinion about the color, and we both are entitled to our opinion. So, what you're being called, remember that the Lion's Gate is all about taking a leap, leaping into the portal of possibility. So, right now, in this juicy environment of manifesting, write down a list what people in your life are separated from because they think they're right and you think you're right. Ask the divine to come into the situation to bring healing. Be humble today. And just to you, you don't have to say this to the other person. Just look in the mirror and say it to yourself and say, even though they might be wrong, I'm going to accept their opinion as valid. Even though my person might be wrong, I choose to accept their opinion as valid. Okay? All right. Sometimes the man is right, especially, ah, you know what? Everybody, I love that you said that, Yusuf. Thank you. Everybody who is stuck between humans, they want to be right. In fact, I was once given a piece of advice when dealing with men. Hey, Puja. Puja, have you been here all this time? Puja, I'm going to do a card for you, my friend. But if you are struggling with a person, here's something that's almost guaranteed to change the vibe. You say to them, you might be right about that. Okay? It's beautiful because it affirms. If somebody says an opinion that you don't like, you just say, you might be right about that. But here's what I think. Because the minute that you say you might be right about that, that is your clue that that person is disarming themselves. And then go ahead and say what you want to say. Okay? So now let me see. We have Critica and then Puja. Puja, I know you were here very early in the reading, and I bet you're surprised we're still going. So let's go here for Critica. Critica, thank you for showing up for the reading today. And once again, these cards are so important. Hold on for a second here. I got to adjust. Thank you for being patient, you guys. Okay, so Critica, this is an important message for you, and also for anybody that's just popping in. I know a lot of people hop and skip around the tarot readings, and I'm glad you're here. This card's for you too. Let's see what it is. Territorial. Oh, I love it. Critica, does this remind you of your house? Are you living with a lot of people right now? Maybe it's the workplace. This situation indicates that you're surrounded by humans, okay? And many of the people that find my readings are people who really enjoy being by themselves. They enjoy their animals. They enjoy fresh air, and they don't want to have a lot of people around them, but they have to. It's sometimes there's 5 people in a bedroom. Ooh, that hurts. Sometimes the house is crowded, the workplace is crowded. So this today is a special call for you, Critica. It's very important that you find a space for yourself, even if you're involved with a lot of people. How do you do that? The easiest way is to close your eyes. No kidding. When you are sitting with your eyes closed, your brain actually downshifts. When you remove the sensation of sight from your brain's work, you can actually close your brain to part of the stimulation that's there. Another thing you can do is just place your hand on your heart, on your chest, and then take a few deep breaths with your eyes closed. You will give yourself a place. You will claim a territory for yourself. Sometimes you can just go to the bathroom, no kidding. And when you close the door on the stall, you're alone for a moment. When you close your eyes and take a breath, you will find territory. Now, I meditate. I've meditated for years. Most of the time I spent listening to guided meditations. But right now I'm working with an app that's called The Way. Okay. And in that app, I can learn how silence and sitting still is changing me. It's giving me a territory within my own being where I can be at peace. I grew up with 7 younger brothers, and it was a crowded household. And now I live alone with my dog, and I love being alone. So I have a territory, but I need to carry that peace out into my marketplace. I need to carry a territory of peace and what's another good word? Well-being, right? You want to create a little territory of well-being within yourself. This is a huge leap of faith right now, Critica, but with the help of the divine, this Lionsgate time, you can really make a difference. Now it's a full moon day today, and so write down a goal for yourself that by the next full moon, which is 28 days from today, we'll have another full moon, that you have carved out a piece of territory for yourself before the next full moon. And Dr. V, I'm just reading your question here, and I feel like this message is for you too today, Dr. V, that as you're working hard in your project and you're having all of the humans that you're worried that you're working with, and you're wondering if you're going to get your fair share, that these things sometimes we can't control our environment, but we can control our inner environment. There's an app called The Way. I strongly recommend. Thank you, AA, for putting that in here, because we definitely need to stake a claim on a part of our brain that knows how to stay calm no matter what. Okay, got it? Meditation is a lifesaver. You are welcome, Critica. And so, Dr. V, let's pull you a card. Dr. V, Puja, I'm going to pull you a card next. Dr. V, I feel you. Sometimes when you're working on a project, it can work against you because you don't get credit, and that people can try to steal the credit for what you're doing. So it's so important to be, how can I say, to come in with clean hands, meaning that you are a blessing to your situation. You are giving everything that you have for it, but trusting the divine with the results, okay? Taking that leap of faith to trust the divine, not to trust humanity, but to trust the divine to guide you. One of the things that I do on my website is that was amazing that you put my website down there right now, AA. I didn't even ask for it. But on my website, I do work with what I call your future self. Imagine if you could have a conversation with your future self, and your future self already knows how this project works out. That idea is so juicy. And right now, in this Lionsgate energy, can you take a step, Dr. V, to trust the divine more than you trust humans? Let's see what your card is. Okay, this totally cracks me up. Tolerance. Tolerance. Oh, that's a good word for you, Dr. V, because you do have to tolerate some, excuse me, I'm just going to be blunt because I can be that way, but there's some people on your team who are lazy. Isn't that true, Dr. V? There's some people on the team who don't pull their weight. They expect to have other people do the work. This is one of the toughest things about being involved in projects because there's always an over accommodator, somebody who does more than their share, and there's also under accommodators, people who don't do their share. But when you are sowing seeds of purpose, intention, and how can I say purpose, intention, and what's the word? Stick to it. Persistence. Okay, absolutely. But your persistence in the heart of the project. Okay, your value comes from your tolerance of the others. It could be that some delegating could be done, but if you are sensing that you may not be rewarded for the work you're putting in, that could be your intuition guiding you. You may want to get clarity. You may want to ask for a sign. This is one of my favorite things. And just speak to the divine. Speak to the divine to take care of you. Trust the divine to affirm that everything will be safe. And also being able to look in the mirror. And I love mirror work. Look in the mirror and say, even though I don't know how, I am fairly compensated right now. Even though I don't know how, my share is coming to me now. I don't know why these little poems work, but they do tend to calm me down. Even though I don't know how, I'm trusting the divine like never before right now. Dr. V, be sure to email me if you'd like to ask a question. I'd be happy to answer it for you. And also manifestfaster.com, there's a Ask Catherine. You can ask me anything you want and I will send you a resource, okay? I have worked on a lot of teams where people didn't do their share and it looked unfair, except for the fact that I learned from the situation, I grew from the situation, and it helped me open myself up to what the universe has for you. Okay, Lionsgate energy. Take the leap, enter that portal of trust in the divine. Okay, so who else is here? Who would like a reading? Say hi, let me know you're still here, and I've got a few more minutes left here before my phone is going to run out of energy. So if there's anybody here right now, oh, good. Yeah, Dr. V, do email me. I am, oh, Puja. Oh, how could I forget my beautiful Puja? Puja, thank you for coming back. Those of you who are new here, thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Thank you for joining so that you'll be notified every time I go live. Puja, here we go. Puja, are you a little shy, my friend? Is it hard for you to speak up for yourself, Puja? Often you may pick up the slack when other people aren't doing their part. You may find yourself jumping in to help get the project done. And so you need to be a little bit more assertive. Okay, so Puja, there's a difference between being assertive and being aggressive. I have to guard against this because I'm a Scorpio, and sometimes if things happen that are offensive to me, I will be aggressive and I will do it. I won't scream at people. No, I'm just snarky. I'm the queen of snark, trust me, when I am offended. So, what I'm trying to learn on my life walk right now is to be assertive, which means standing up for myself and saying what needs to be said, but to do it firmly and calmly. For example, how I'm speaking right now. If I were going to be snarky and pick on someone, it could sound, the tone would be so different because I would feel defensive. But there's something going on here where you're feeling like you're in the wrong place because look, cats don't eat at the table, okay? It's fun to be snarky though, I just have to say. I mean, if somebody deserves it, like if somebody occasionally, I know that I'm being too aggressive, but I just can't hold it back. But anyway, back over to Puja. Puja, this cat does not use a knife and fork. Okay, so this part of the scene, you may feel like you are out of sorts, like you've been invited to the wrong party, that you don't fit in your environment. But the truth is, you're there for a reason. The community that you're in is where the divine has placed you right now. So speak up. You're going to feel it. You'll feel it in your chest or in your throat where you want to say something, but all of a sudden you decide you don't want to say it. So here's my suggestion for you, Puja. I want you to write some letters. Just get yourself a little notebook like my notebook here and write letters that you're not going to send them to the people, but let's say there's a person that always interrupts you and never lets you speak. You want to write to that person, dear person, and then tell how you feel. Okay, it will work amazingly well for you. You will love it because as you write on paper and you say, this is how I want to be treated. So think of three people, all of you who are listening to me right now. Just try it. Think of three people who it's hard for you to speak your truth. It's like the words come up and get stuck in your throat. I'm going to do it myself. In fact, I'm going to write down right now. I'm going to write down three people. I'm not going to share their names. And then I am going to write those letters myself. Dear so and so, I feel so unheard. I can't ever tell you my truth because I'm afraid you're going to get mad, right? Whatever it is. And then you can burn the paper or you can crunch it up and throw it away. But you have that there's something very important right now at this full moon is to cleanse yourself of this feeling like if I say my truth, something bad will happen. Okay? Excellent, excellent reading. I'm so happy, Puja. So, you guys, guess what? We are coming to the end of our reading. I'm going to pull one more card here for the collective. So, everybody that's here right now, thank you for checking me out. I appreciate you so much. I will be back doing live on Sunday morning. I do pop up lives throughout the week, like this one where it was unplanned. But every Sunday morning, I'm back at about the same time and doing live readings. So please come back and participate. This card is for our last people here. What is the message for us? Okay, here you go. This entitlement card. Okay, check your prima donna. Okay, somebody in your life is a prima donna. Prima donna is somebody who's very narcissistic and they are the queen and they don't want to hear anything else. Okay, they're like it's my way or the highway. However, this is not true. This prima donna is being bossy and trying to push their way around. But guess what? Inside of you, you have a prima donna. There's a part of your spirit that wants to be queen. Okay, and Puja, this fall right into what you were feeling. That when you see other people that are lifted up and everybody is giving them, they're letting them be queen, that's fine in their world, but you need to be queen of your world. This reminds me of the Emperor card in the tarot, where you are in charge of your own castle If you live with other people, you need to have a corner of the house that is your own, because it's important that you rise up and become the queen of your world. I like to see this crown on her head that's tilted sideways because it's quirky. And sometimes when you are a quirky person, it can be difficult to be the queen because people don't resonate easily with quirky, and they might want you to change to fit into their world. No, they cannot be the queen of your world. You need to be the queen of your world. All right. So this is for the collective. So Kane, hi Ty. This card, this entitlement card, is for you and everybody else who's looking at this video right now. Be the emperor, be the queen of your world. Don't let other people define your world while they're living out theirs. Okay, so there are your messages for this beautiful Lionsgate. Thank you so much for spending the time with me. I will be back here on Sunday morning for another live, and I cannot wait to see you guys again soon. So be sure to check out manifestfaster.com. There are free resources there. They are there for you to grow into your highest self. It is my joy to be one tool along your way. Have a beautiful day, my friends, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Bye now.